Our movie begins with Anya, who is happily in a relationship with her boyfriend Zena. She's always noticed how much he cares about his diet, his fitness, and his appearance, unlike her, since she loves food, especially sweets. It shows on her body as she's a bit chubby. She always tries to control her eating, but fails every time. Whether she's happy or sad, she turns to food for comfort. One day, she was supposed to attend a wedding with Zena. She tried on all the dresses she had, but none of them fit or looked good on her. Eventually, she settled on a particular dress, but it was too revealing and showed off her body in an unflattering way. When Zena saw her, he was upset by how she looked. He didn't want her to come with him because he was embarrassed. His friends would be there with slim and attractive girls, so he told her he would be late for the wedding and that she shouldn't come with him, claiming he wanted to be on time. But in truth, he didn't want her there because he was ashamed of her. Being kind and naive, Anya believed him. She changed into her home clothes and stayed in. Following the wedding through the photos Zena and his friends were posting, suddenly, she saw a photo of Zena next to another girl. She visited the girl's profile and found a picture of her kissing Zena. Anya immediately put her short dress back on and ran into the street, determined to get to the wedding. She ran into her friend Natasha, who was in her car, and asked her to take her there right away. As soon as she arrived, she saw Zena dancing with the same girl from the photo. Anya stepped in between them and continued dancing with him until it was time for the buffet. She grabbed a large amount of food and started eating while Zena sat next to her, clearly embarrassed. Then he told her he had something to say, something he'd been preparing to tell her for a week. He said he wanted to break up with her, and the problem wasn't with him, it was with her. He said that when he first met her, she was a completely different person, both in appearance and personality. At that moment, the bride and groom arrived, cutting their conversation short. The groom assumed Anya was pregnant and started crying. Finally, Zena told her he was leaving her and didn't want to be with her anymore. He gets up and leaves her side while she remains crying alone. Then she leaves the wedding, deeply saddened, and heads to her parents' house. There, she continues crying in her mother's arms, telling her that Zine left her because of her weight, saying she is careless and doesn't take care of herself, and that he no longer wants to be with her. He broke up with her. Her mother tries to comfort her, so she stays the night with them. The next day, she goes to her friend Natasha, who stands by her side and tells her there are 20 gyms in the area, and if she wants to join one, she should do it for herself, not for Zane, because he left her when she was already in a bad mental state. Anya decides to join a gym and start taking care of herself, but deep down, she still hopes Zine will come back. She enters the gym without any knowledge of exercise and finds herself surrounded by fit, athletic bodies. She begins her first step on the path to fitness. After finishing her workout, she heads to the fast food restaurant where Natasha works and orders a large meal, but Natasha grabs the meal and throws it in the trash to stop her from eating what would ruin her plan and increase her weight. Natasha tells her she's going to make her lose weight whether she likes it or not, even if it kills her, and then throws away the Pepsi Anya was holding. That night, Anya is staying with Natasha and her boyfriend in their apartment. Feeling hungry, she sneaks toward the fridge, intending to eat everything inside because the diet food hasn't satisfied her. But she finds Natasha standing behind her, and Natasha orders her to put the food back. She complies and goes back to sleep to prepare for the next day. Anya's biggest challenge is that she works at a pastry shop, and food surrounds her at every turn. She tries her best to resist eating, staring at the cake she decorated from afar to stop herself. But the cake wins. She ends up eating the whole thing. She starts searching the internet for support groups and finds one she joins. She shares her struggles with dieting. A man named Kolya joins them, the only man in the group. They all chat for a while, then Anya excuses herself and leaves. Kolya runs after her and tells her she's the only young person in the group, and that he's looking for someone to work out with. He has no friends, and he constantly faces bullying at work because he's the heaviest among them. Anya agrees to sit down and talk with him at a cafe. He tells her that he hopes she can be his partner in dieting and working out, and that he'll train with her anytime she wants. Maybe they can motivate each other. She agrees with him and goes home, where she checks his profile and finds that he truly doesn't have any friends. She also discovers that his co-workers had even made a video mocking him. She sleeps until the next day and finds that Kolya has come to her house, ready to start the workout and diet program with her. She feels shy about exercising in the outdoor gym in front of people, but Kolya encourages her and gradually helps her enjoy the workouts. Anya starts pushing herself to eat healthy and stick to vegetables. She tries hard to resist all the temptations around her, whether from her family or from the looks her co-workers give her, for avoiding all the sweets and delicious food surrounding her. She sticks to eating only vegetables, and her weight genuinely begins to drop. She keeps a photo of Zane on her phone to stay motivated until she finally reaches her target weight. Then she goes to the swimming facility where Zane works as a coach and pretends she vaguely recognizes him. She tells him she's looking for private lessons, and Zane begins to feel attracted to her again, but his new girlfriend shows up, grabbing his attention back. Anya realizes she couldn't win him back, and that hurts her deeply. She heads to a nightclub and spends the night drinking heavily. There, a man finds her attractive and takes her home with him. The next morning, she wakes up in a house she doesn't recognize, and as she senses someone entering the room, she grabs the nearest object to defend herself, thinking it's someone who tried to assault her, but it turns out to be Kolya. He tells her he arrived just in time and saw her her getting into a taxi with a stranger. He fought with the man and forcibly took her back, bringing her to his place. She slept in his bed while he slept outside. They sit together and talk. He tells her that love can't be one-sided and that she needs to find someone who loves her for who she is. He suggests she try reaching out to her father, who had separated from her mother when she was young, and talk to him. She listens to his advice and goes to her mother, asking for her father's number. But her mother refuses, telling her that her father hates her, left her a long time ago, and never wanted to see her. Still, Anya insists on getting the number. She waits until her mother leaves the house, opens the phone book, finds her father's number, and calls him. To her surprise, he says he'd love to see her and sends her his address. She opens her drawer and takes out the jacket her father had left her before he left, then sets off to Natasha's house. She starts packing her things to go and stay with her father for a while, hoping it might help her get out of the depression she's been going through. She asks Kolya to drive her there, and he travels with her the whole way. But when she arrives, she finds that her father is a difficult person to deal with. He doesn't seem happy to see her at all. It's as if he doesn't care, and he treats her with complete coldness. That night, Anya goes into the sauna at his house, but she makes a mistake that causes a fire to break out. Her father comes in and yells at her, blaming her for the fire, without even caring whether she was hurt or not. Kolya steps in and argues with him, telling him that his daughter almost died, and he didn't even bother to check on her. Kolya adds that she came because she needed her father to comfort her, but she was wrong to think he would. Kolya then takes her back to her mother's house. Since Anya is still wearing just a towel after the sauna incident, he gives her his clothes to wear. He drops her off at the house, but her family isn't there, so he tells her to keep the clothes for now and that he'll come by later to get them. Anya thanks him deeply for helping her. He leaves and heads back home. On the way, he sees people selling flowers by the roadside. He decides to buy some and go back to Anya to confess his love, but when he arrives, he finds Zina at her place. Zina had come to apologize for what happened, for what he did, and said. He tells her he loves her, and they get back together. Kolya comes back again and sees Anya with Zina through her window. He drops the flowers he was carrying and walks away from her house, heartbroken. After he leaves, Anya begins to reflect on her relationship with Zina and realizes that she no longer feels comfortable like before. She goes to Natasha's house and finds a party going on. She tells Natasha what happened with her father and Zina. During the party, someone offers her a hookah to smoke, but she throws it off the balcony. It lands on a police car below, which causes the police to storm into Natasha's apartment. Natasha bribes the officer to avoid being arrested since she's the owner of the apartment. The party is ruined, everyone leaves, and Anya also walks out. With no one else to turn to, she goes to Kolya, who is sitting by the lake he loves. She tells him she has no one left, that she's all alone. Kolya replies that she can always go back to her boyfriend Zina, and that he had hoped to be her friend, but she never made him feel like she wanted that. He tells her she needs to love herself first if she wants others to love her. Then he leaves. Left with no one to turn to, Anya walks the road crying until she reaches a field near her mother's house. She falls asleep there for the night. The next morning, one of the harvest machines approaches while she is still sleeping, unaware of the danger. Luckily, her stepfather, who is one of the drivers, spots her just in time and runs to save her, pulling her away at the last moment before she's killed. Finally, she decides to talk to him after having hated him so much. She tells him everything that happened to her, and he tells her that if she learns to love herself and fix her relationships with those around her, she will be able to fix her life. So she decides to start with the first person, Natasha. She admits to her that she was the reason her party was ruined and that she abandoned her when she needed her most. She keeps apologizing until Natasha forgives her. Then she goes back to live with her mother in their home, where she finds her father wearing the jacket she had given him when she visited. He apologizes to her and tries to make up for the care and attention she had always lacked from him. She then asks him to take her to the marathon that Kolya and his group are participating in. Once there, she starts looking for him until she finds him drinking a Pepsi. She takes it from him and throws it in front of him, telling him that he is her only true friend who stood by her through everything and that she hadn't appreciated what he had done for her. She says she realized his worth after Zayn came back to her and how she had devalued herself with him. Kolya taught her how to love herself and her body as it is, and that anyone who truly loves her will do so for her personality, not for her appearance. In the end, she takes his hand and tells him he must finish the marathon with his group because she learned from him never to give up. If you finish this summary, don't forget to like and subscribe to encourage us to keep going.